Hey everyone, welcome to the first of many videos here on this YouTube channel. So I wanted to create this channel because it's a lot easier for me to get my thoughts across in a video than it is in a tweet. So I wanted to talk about Bitcoin today because I know a lot of people are expecting Bitcoin to go parabolic any day now and finish this year out with a bang. So that really kind of leads me to my first thought, and that is when you see the masses expecting something, when everybody's looking for Bitcoin to go higher, chances are it either goes lower or it's just pretty much a non-event. And I think that's kind of what we're looking at right now, where everybody back here was expecting Bitcoin to break out and just go parabolic through the rest of November and into December. And instead, we've had this pullback now. And, once again, people are expecting, okay, we're, in the middle of November, Bitcoin should take off any day now. So we're just going to do something like this. And I don't think that's going to happen. Instead, I think what we're likely to see is more consolidation potentially through the end of November. And, maybe in December, we get some type of move up to 70,000, maybe up to 80,000 or so, and really break out of this range. But for right now, to be honest, I would rather see Bitcoin stay lower because I don't want to see it come up and retest 70 without gaining the necessary strength to take that out because it's likely to fail there once again. So we keep getting these slightly higher highs and they fail, right? This one failed back here. We saw the same thing back here. Okay, we don't want to see that again. We don't want to see Bitcoin continue to do this. For me, I would rather see Bitcoin stay down here in the lower half of this range. All right, so down here in this portion and really build up strength in order to take out 70,000. Now, what I think we could see here over the next few days is potentially a pierce below this area around 59. So this is obviously support. And we could see a pierce below this area, maybe bounce back up above it. And we could even see Bitcoin come up here and retest the $63,000 area. This is going to be resistance right now. And if we were to see a failure from there, then there's a good chance we could come down here and test this $55,000 area. And again, this would all be healthy. I would prefer to see this from Bitcoin to really build up strength to take out $70,000. So that's not saying that it will happen, but I would prefer to see this rather than an immediate rally back to 70, because at that point, we probably wouldn't have enough strength to take out that area. Okay, now let's look at the weekly time frame, and I want to talk through what we could see here for Bitcoin over the next 6 to 12 months. Now, I've talked previously about the idea that we could be in an extended cycle because, simply put, the 2017 cycle was longer than 2013. So, yeah, we only have 2 full cycles to go off of, so there's not a lot of data there. However, if we extrapolate that out, then we could very well be looking at a longer cycle in 2021 and going into 2022. Now, how far is anyone's guess? However, you could actually see a top in the fourth quarter of 2022, so nearly a year from now, and it would still match up with the rate of expansion that we've seen from the last 2 cycles. So I want to entertain something here. What if we were to see something like this from Bitcoin over the next 6 to 12 months? Because many of you know that I've projected something between 200,000 and 270 based on 2 Fibonacci levels that we've looked at in the past. So I'll talk about those more in another video. But if we were to see something like this from Bitcoin and the top ends up being essentially a rising wedge where we get the blow off top sometime in 2022, it could be in the middle of 2022. Again, it could be all the way in, the fourth quarter of 2022. But the point is that instead of just going straight up like we've done in the past, okay, because this just feels different. This market feels very different from what Bitcoin was in the past. And I think we're going to get a lot more of these rounded tops like this. Okay, so this is a maturing market, and something like this would not surprise me at all, where we see Bitcoin for the next few months essentially consolidate down here, build up strength, all right, eventually break out, and then we see a much more gradual grind higher in 2022. Now, this could be, again, the blow off top could be into the top of this rising wedge pattern on the weekly time frame, and that would make a lot of sense. And I also think that during the next bear market, if we were to get something up here above 200,000, that this area around 60 has built itself up for a great support area if we were to get a move up above 200. Okay, so if Bitcoin were to grind higher in 2022 up to 200, and then it were to break down in a bear market below this trend line here, all right, and come back and test this area around 60. All right, that would make a lot of sense to me. So, it's just something to consider. I do think that we are going to get an extended cycle just like we had in 2017. Again, 2017 was longer than 2013. So therefore, the current cycle is, in my opinion, likely to be longer than 2017. We shouldn't just assume that this cycle is going to be the same length as 2017 when that cycle was longer than the previous one. Okay, so for me, I do think that we are going to get some more consolidation here, potentially throughout the month of November. And then maybe in December, we do make that move up toward the $70,000 area. And lastly, I just want to say that, this is all constructive to me. I would prefer to see Bitcoin stay down here in this range in the bottom half of this consolidation to really build up strength in order to make that run at $70,000 potentially sometime in December. So if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to get notifications of future videos.